manifestation is authentic, scientific, time-tested and foolproof. The pramanas for the power of levitation. The pramanas are the evidences which are listed here. Shastra pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta pramana, the experience and the results of aptas. Aptas are rishis, munis, ganas, nanamas, alvars, siddhas. Millions of them have manifested the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. They are the authority of Hinduism. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of very own Leela that Bhagavan plays, how the cognitive shift or the detox makes the human being manifest all the powers of Paramashiva, explaining the great science. Bhagavan plays the Leela. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of devotee, disciple, followers all around the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, initiated by Bhagavan himself. In Kailash Courtyard, Bhagavan himself manifests through all of us as the superconscious breakthrough, conscious sovereignty as our reality. All the powers pokes hole in our logic, make us understand that we are Paramashiva and we can manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Again and again, Bhagavan beautifully explains how we can manifest the Paramashiva. The Shastra Pramana for the power of levitation is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Consciousness, Bhairava, one who experiences the consciousness. Tantra is the method to experience the consciousness beyond the Sutra 82, Dharana 57.
Asane shayane stitva niradharam vibhavayan swadeham manakshikshine kshanadakshina sayo bhavet. Asane shayane stitva niradharam vibhavayan swadeham manakshikshine kshanadakshina sayo bhavet.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says, being situated on a comfortable seat or a bed, firmly cognize your body without any support or the base from anywhere is resting on nothing. By holding the cognition, when the mind becomes worn away and thoughtlessness arises, then in the instant one becomes weightless and experience the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Bhagavan Paramashiva clearly says how we can experience the oneness with Paramashiva. We are constant world, the materialistic world, that we understand everything that is available is matter and impossibility, the struggle that we are in. Bhagavan beautifully explains how the dream state, for example, we have like 10,000 random thoughts happening. But when the thoughts come down, when we have a deep greed or fear, we wake up because we become the seer at that point. The instant it hit us very hard, like a lion chasing us or an accident, something really fearful just wakes us up. And then the thoughts fall into the 1,000 thoughts per second. Just an example, from 10,000 when we fall to the lower thoughts, Bhagavan says that is the waking enlightenment. And we experience that space and understand that 10,000 thought that we experienced was a dream. We had an accident or somebody who's with us is no longer there. Whatever we experience, when we wake up, we are very complete about it because we know that is not true. Nothing is lost and I am not a victim. We are very clear how life is being auspiciousness and only abundance. We don't have to go through any of the issues that we saw in the dream. Bhagavan says, when you wake up from this dream that you are right now experiencing and right now struggling with, when you fall into the zero thought, you can experience that this reality, what you perceive, is also a dream. Here also you are not stuck with anything, you are not having any issues, and there is nothing to fix anything at all. Bhagavan beautifully says how the clouds cannot hide the sun. Because of the sun only the clouds are even seen. In the night we don't see clouds. Same way, if we wake up from what we are going through, we don't lose anything. Rather, we understand the higher possibilities. When we go to zero thoughts, we become the Paramashiva, and we are in the oneness with Paramashiva, where life becomes free will and we can manifest the higher reality. Then we say, why don't we wake up to Paramashiva? Bhagavan beautifully says how the mirroring neuron, when you see the oneness capsule, he is in the deep samadhi in the quantum space. Why aren't you also experiencing that very same space? Like how you experience, like you watch a soccer, your brain also does the same activity. But when you're watching the oneness capsule, you are not experiencing that higher reality. That is because the intensity of engagement that you are experiencing in that oneness space. Bhagavan beautifully says, when you are caught up with the scene, whatever you're going through, you will miss the mirroring that is happening. Like of a very small child want to walk or talk, or constantly it wants to be curious and learn something. That is because the thoughts are very low, and the intensity of the child to learn and expand makes it possible for to mirror a new possibility in the life. Same way, when you drop consciously, how you go to deep sleep, dropping all the thoughts, and you are ready to go into the deep sleep. Same way, you are ready to drop all the thoughts just to be in the same how you fall into deep sleep. Bhagavan says is a thin line you fall into the samadhi. With awareness, when you go to the sleep, you are actually in samadhi space. That happens when you are in deep love and oneness and gratitude to Bhagavan's lotus feet. We constantly surrender. We experience the mirroring of the neuron, and we experience the higher superconsciousness in our brain, manifesting all the auspiciousness and abundance. How beautifully that is explained in the up the Pramana life of Sundarar. Beautifully it has been described how the Nayanamar lived and experienced the higher reality. This is for the power of levitation, up the Pramana. Sundarar, also affectionately known as Thambi Thambiran Thoran, and he had a friend who is a Chola king, Cheraman Perumal, and the Nayanamar. All were part of the Nayanamars who manifested all the powers. Sundarar travels many places and rendered many padigam, that is, he sings in praise of Lord Shiva in many places. And it is further believed his rendering performance miracles. Wherever he sang on Lord Shiva, he was in such a merging space with Paramashiva that it simply manifested miracles around him. Both Sundarar and the king embarked on various pilgrimage together. However, when Sundarar reached Tiruvanchikulam, he became tired of life. That is, his mind got owned away. Then Lord Shiva, to take him up, he calls Lord Shiva and says he wanted to go to Kailasha, back to Kailasha. He is sick and tired of whatever the mind is giving him. It no longer becomes very interesting. Like the fruit becomes so ripe, it has to fall down automatically. There is no way it can forever be in the plant. Naturally, it falls and starts its own as the Kalpavriksha, again starting the tree and making so many other fruits. So when Sundarar was ready, he went to Kailasha, and gods and goddesses sent him an elephant. But the most beautiful part is the Cheran king, also Chola king, also Cheraman Perumal, also accompanied him on the way to Kailasha. And this was beautifully recorded that the whole thing occurred on Swati Nakshatra day in the Tamil month of Adi. This is from Periya Puranam. Clearly, it says how Sundarar manifested the powers of Paramashiva and was able to go beyond the mind and experience the oneness and go to Kailasha. Here you can see Bhagavan beautifully manifesting the power of levitation in all the devotees at the same time, and beautifully power of levitation.
With Paramahamsa Nithyananda initiating technique for balancing samana, one of the 5 major energies circulating in our body.
The samana is a particular air process which is responsible for the air to move all over your body. From this point to this point to this point, the whole body. We have 21 points, 10 fingertips in the feet, 10 fingertips in the hand, and Sahasrara. In all these whole 21 points, the air being flooded. This is called samana. That process is called samana. If that samana is balanced, is proper, whenever I give you this kind of one idea and ask you to sit with it, the extraordinary powers will start expressing in your body. Like a feeling very light, or feeling heavy, feeling expanded, or feeling shrunk. These are the 4 called anima, lahima, mahima, karima. In the Ashtama Siddhis, 8 Siddhis, these are 4. All of you are clear what I am saying? Anima, lahima, mahima, karima. These are the 4 important powers. First it will happen psychologically. Then it will become physical. See, you will feel little more than you are. First psychologically. Then even physically it will start happening. If you are levitated, you have a healed samana. If you are only psychological levitation, you don't have any wound in samana. But if you are neither psychological nor physical levitation happen, means your samana needs to be balanced now. Needs to be healed. I will now put you through the simple process how the samana healing, samana balancing happens. But of course you will go through a heavy process from tomorrow to balance samana permanently.
Already a Siddha
Beautifully, you can see how the coconut is levitating on the hand of the devotee. Now we are going to do with Rudraksh. But if you don't have Rudraksh, you have a coconut or any other object also fine. But beautifully, how the coconut is standing up, not falling down, but it is standing up on chanting the Mahavakya continuously. Now, let's get into the deep oneness with Paramashiva. Experience the power of levitation. If you can levitate the Rudraksh on the palm, that is fine. Or you have the balasans used to put the stick in the water and drown the stick even though it flows, or and make it float. Either way, if you can manifest the power of levitation of an object, that is also fine. If you can have it in your hand and experience the oneness with Paramashiva, and you are experiencing the Kundalini energy, you can experience the heat or the movement of the object, all that you can experience the power of Paramashiva in you. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Visualize Paramashiva and Sundareshwara Paramashiva, or your Ishta Devata, Bhagavan, who has come down, Paramashiva who has come down as our Guru, God himself as our Guru, the ultimate space that we can experience. When you recognize Paramashiva, you are recognizing your own inner space. The more you recognize Paramashiva in everybody, you are recognizing your Paramashiva as yourself. You're not some identity sitting with Paramashiva. You are yourself, Paramashiva, who is dropping the identity of what all you know. For example, in deep sleep, you don't know you're a male or female, you don't know whether you studied or not studied, you have a family or no, nothing. You are in nothingness. We are more in that space because by nature, that is what we are. Bhagavan beautifully says the headache is not a nature. That is why we want to get rid of it and be in the nature where we are comfortable. Same way, our very nature is the deep sleep state. And how we recognize that space, even though we have to do that every single day. We are never bored, never tired, never. It is a work for us because it is by nature. Same way, when we understand Paramashiva is the very nature, simply all the other things get redundant and irrelevant. The complete completion when you let go the outer world for to go to sleep. Same way, let go the outer world and unclutch from everything. Put away your gadgets, put away all your thoughts which you are engaging, and how you go to sleep. Just merge into the Paramashiva. Paramashiva will suck you into that space of oneness. Bhagavan beautifully says how Ganga, who is like a scene, and Yamuna, who is like the seer, both of them merge together. That Yamuna comes and merges with Ganga. That point in Prayag is Saraswati. The third eye opens. And same way you can experience that when you merge by chanting the Mahavakya, visualizing Paramashiva, and unclutching from everything that you know as your identity. You merge into Paramashiva, get sucked by Paramashiva into the oneness space and experience the oneness space and manifest the powers of Paramashiva. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely from the navel center with a deep listening, not shouting or loud. The deep listening is the key of our manifestation. The more and more we are sitting as the Bhava, Sundareshwara, Parashakti, Kalabhairava, and simply sitting with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands, so alive and aware of what we are experiencing right now as merging into Paramashiva, soaked into Paramashiva, how you are in love with something, you're so alive in that. And with that love and deep gratitude of oneness, chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening, you can be sucked into Paramashiva space and manifest the powers of levitation. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya with a deep gratitude and deep listening.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Beautiful. If you are experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva and you can see the movement of the object in your hand, please take a screenshot and you can note it down, and we'll have one more cycle. Let's continue chanting the Mahavakya, experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva. And do not expect the object to move, expect to expand. Then again, we are with the scene. More and more you reside in Paramashiva space again and again, unclutching from everything else. Understanding the more you are with the first person, that is the seer, you start experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva, merging into the Paramashiva space as the quantum itself. So please start chanting the Mahavakya, put away your gadgets for a few more minutes and experiencing the deep oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting the power of levitation. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely with the deep listening.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. Whatever Paramashiva has shown you, please go ahead and share it in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. Again and again, we request you to share everything to the world because enriching and causing simply manifest your reality that who you are. Whenever we cherish all these great truth as our reality, then that becomes the very reality of us. You cherish Paramashiva, you cherish Sundareshwara, Kalabhairava, whoever you cherish the most, when you start seeing them in you as yourself, that is the most biggest gift. Bhagavan says, will you become me? And that happens when you see everything that exists as Paramashiva. And beautifully, whatever you would like to donate, you can click on the $ and simply you can contribute to Kailasha. Let's surrender all this great powerful cognition, power manifestation to Bhagavan's lotus feet and deeply in deep gratitude and earning Paramashiva to become existential reality. Let's experience the oneness with Paramashiva. And thanking all of you here, thanking Bhagavan. And in that deep gratitude, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. First, let's surrender all the powerful cognition, power manifestation to Bhagavan's lotus feet. And in deep gratitude, chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. 6 p.m. in Zoom, we'll have the next Kailash Courtyard. You can join through eKailasha. Thank you.